Good luck. Okay. Seshan, you're a Catholic, right?
I'll say yes.
All right. Would it shock you to learn that I am a Catholic?
Huh?
Catholic, my balls. Welcome to the meeting. We've been gone for a month. You start off with a bang. It's near the end of the July. Welcome everybody to the show.
I didn't expect that. I did not expect that. Where did that come from?
Came
I
from
heard
you and your puppy pasta.
I heard someone make that joke, and I was like, I need to say this at the beginning next time.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant.
I've been holding it, I dare say. Holding. Oh God! All right. Welcome to the Meaty message. I am over here. But how do I introduce myself? Oh, I am Akshan.
Yes, you're over there.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
This one over here.
Oh, good lord.
This one here.
Oh.
The one showing you how.
Oh, right. Okay.
That.
Okay. Is it? Okay.
Yeah, this way.
Okay.
Amazing. The one showing you how many dollars he has in his wallet right now. Seshan.
What? I have no dollars in my wallet.
That's the point. Hi.
The person who is clearly the hottest of us all is Anuk.
Hello. I'm the hottest
Very
one,
true.
supposedly.
Very true. Very true. You're a flame.
Let me have my
And then-
fish, man.
Let me have this. And finally, Dilantha is the one I did not mention yet.
Thank you, Akshan. Thank you. No one introduces me better than you can. That's what I'm.
So next time we have your
Oh,
wedding,
man.
we'll just call Akshan to introduce you.
The guy who I think is getting married today, probably, maybe. See here, it's Dilantha.
I just clink the glass and I say a toast to I don't know.
That guy.
That guy,
That guy.
he's getting late tonight.
I guess he's getting married. I don't know. I fell asleep during the.
I thought I set my alarm, but I didn't quite.
Let me tell you the value of setting 2 alarms.
How about the value of making sure the first one is set?
Look, it looked like the first one was set. Yeah, I thought it was set. Okay. All right. That's why we're late today. All right. Alarms. You gotta get them.
Blame the
All right.
phone.
So, yes, not the phone use. All right. So let's get ourselves started, shall we? We are.
What is that?
We are in the middle right now of a cultural moment with.
Hang on. What is that?
What?
You know what? What is that? What are you?
I thought I'll put my own face cam today instead of.
Wow, we've been away for so long. You're like, you know what? I'm going to treat our listeners and viewers today. I'm going to actually put my face cam on. For the first time.
Yeah.
Akshan has regressed backwards in age.
It's a Benjamin Button.
Yeah.
Benjamin Button situation.
Indeed. Oh God.
Actually, but where's the picture from? Cute.
The
I have
Renaissance.
no clue. I was looking through my pictures and I was like, I found one.
Wait. Your pictures.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah.
wants whatever was on his phone.
Okay,
Or
I
Not
thought
even
on his
phone.
laptop.
In my. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, but you didn't even make his mouth move.
I did not. As you can see, every Meaty message, the effort.
Goes
The
down.
regression is getting okay. All right.
One day it'll just be a pixel.
I see the
This
background
part-
is the same.
Apparently it is, yeah. Yeah. I think it is. Yeah.
No, I noticed that before as well. I was like, he didn't change the background. I was like, fine, you know what? That's okay. This character's not even moving his mouth.
I'm sure this will annoy enough people that I will do this.
Yeah, it's annoying me already. So you know, it's working.
I'll trigger whole fan base. Oh,
I'll trigger everybody involved. This past weekend was a big cultural moment in the world of. I nearly said a very weird word. In the world of movies, in the world of even just online entertainment,
Culture.
as culture,
Pop
as
culture.
as the release of two big important movies coming out the same exact weekend, sparked initially a debate, sparked initially a sort of like combative, which one's gonna be better, Barbie or Oppenheimer?
No, it's the
But then
Megan
as it got
Haunted
closer-
Mansion.
Oh yeah, that's true. The Megan Haunted Mansion. But as we got closer to the release date, it slowly turned into a camaraderie, into a union of people saying, "Let's just see both movies. They're both good on their own." And people decided to go see a double feature. The conversation grew about both those movies. The memes grew. People online were like, "Just go for a double feature. Go see both movies. Why limit yourself to one?" And because of that, it created
Oh no.
a Dilantha.
yeah, that's out.
It created one of the biggest. He's coming back. He's coming back.
Oh, sorry. My Discord crashed.
Wait, I hope you didn't click the update button.
No, I didn't. I was looking at something and then suddenly my whole thing just froze. Sorry about that. Anyway.
And because of that big cultural moment, because of the memes, it created one of the best weekends at the box office of all time. I believe it's the fourth best weekend at the box office of all time.
Let's go Hollywood. Yeah.
Let's go Hollywood. Yeah.
One of the worst times to say that phrase, by the way.
Exactly. Exactly, indeed.
Let's educate the people who are not in the Hollywood scene. What is it about?
Maybe we can educate. Currently, if you don't know what a union is, check out now.
Get unionized.
Oh yeah, the Oppenheimer.
Oh no.
But basically, the writers' union, the writers are all on strike against the studios for the bad deals,
Practice.
the malpractice, the lacking of sufficient paying practices, making people work for no money, and the studios are not budging at the moment. So the writers are all on strike, so nothing can be made because all the writers are in the unions. Nobody's scabbing, mostly. And that came to a head, even bigger head when the actors went on strike for the weird ass deals that they were making for the actors. And I don't know about y'all, but I support the strikes.
I mean,
Dilantha supports it, clearly.
yeah. 2 thumbs up, 1.
He's got 2 thumbs.
America.
America.
Is the strike also for the actors, or is it just only for?
No, it's for both now. It's like they're striking together.
Are they both striking for the same thing? Or
No, they will both get different deals because they're different unions.
different unions? Yeah.
Yeah, because the Directors Guild got a deal. They were like, "Oh, directors, here's your deal. You're satisfied, cool."
Because the directors are the main guys in charge of everything, right? If they don't get what they want, then everything collapses, so to say. No.
True, but then without the actors, you can't act.
That is also true.
You can't ever move.
Yeah.
You can't write.
Without the writers, you can't write. That's exactly why this podcast has been on break for a while. You see, even our script writers left, and then we were just like, you know what? Screw it. Let's just use AI. So everything you're hearing now was written by AI.
So basically, we are saying AI versions of.
We support the strike. We support the strike. Use AI.
Use AI.
Our editors have also left, which is why we haven't had any shorts content. And Akshan's characters have gotten continuously worse.
Yeah.
It's all because of the strike. So
Yeah.
you know what to do, Hollywood. Pay up. All right. We need to get Akshan's characters talking again. We need to get more shorts out, and we need better script writers for my jokes. So please, Hollywood, get your shit together. Thank you.
Get your shit together. One of the like to give an example of how this affects shit, Mr. James Gunn is currently helming Superman, and he cannot write the script for Superman because, well, he's in the union. But he was like, okay, but I can at least cast my Superman. And now we can't do that, so he can't do anything with Superman right now.
So basically, Superman is just in limbo. No story, no Superman. It's just an idea.
Limbo
I guess
Man.
everything's in limbo now. Yeah, Spider-Verse, Beyond the Spider-Verse has not gotten full voice acting yet, and so they can't.
Oh,
So it's going to be delayed, inevitably.
wasn't that movie going to get delayed anyway though? Because they were saying that the animation for it was not done.
Yeah. So this is going to be delayed even further. It might go from March to December.
So pretty much all like future Hollywood projects right now are just being like pushed back even further.
Yeah, most of them. Some of them are already done, so they should be fine. But yeah, we're in the limbo. I believe I don't know what's allowed. I think video games and video game writing and that stuff is.
Well, that's a separate. I think there's a problem with Discord today.
There definitely is.
Did you click the update button, Akshan?
Yes, I did not. No. Yeah, even I crashed. What?
I think it's a Discord issue. I think it's a
That was
Discord.
weird.
As long as I
Alright.
don't crash, that's good.
That should be fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't go offline as soon as you crash, do you?
Well, yeah, you leave the call and.
No, he's talking about the broadcast.
No.
Oh no! The but like Seshan has our whole like view, right? So
That's true.
That
That's
all
true.
goes, yeah.
So if Seshan crashes, we all crash.
Pay up Hollywood, otherwise our system won't stop crashing.
Give me a new
Yeah,
GPU.
Come on, Disney. Come on, all the others.
Come on, Warner Bros.
Actually, one thing I know is that A24, that studio, is not with the AMTP, which is the body that represents Disney, Warner Bros. That's making the deals for them. A24 is a separate company, and so they have struck a deal with the unions and all, so their movies can be made and go through.
Is A24 not an indie-ish company?
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It's not been bought by a Disney or a Warner Bros. Yet, so they have a sole.
I mean, most of the indie companies have tried to get deals done, right, during this period.
Yeah.
Most of them have.
Yeah. And currently, I think on the A24 is the only one right now that has movies still being made. I believe 2. I don't remember what they are, but they are being made. Either way, I don't know. We got the unions. No, it's
No, because we were talking about
Barbenheimer.
good week for Hollywood. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Barbenheimer, the past weekend, Barbie made 164 something million dollars for Warner Bros. Discovery.
It's the fourth highest opening, something enough for them.
Yeah, fourth highest opening for third highest opening. It
went
is
up.
beat out by Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Last time I checked, it said fourth, so it went up by one. Okay.
Maybe went up by one. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think what I know is that fourth place and fifth place is The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. What I remember is that it beat both those. I might be wrong, and that's fine. But I think it's beaten by Deathly Hallows Part 2. Because I remember seeing the pictures, and they all look like the darkest movies, and then Barbie was just in the middle.
I mean, the difference is that, like, people were invested with the Harry Potter series.
Yeah, it was the ending. The big
Which
old
people
ending.
went around the world spoiling when the book released.
Yeah.
People didn't have social media then to really spread it out, right?
That was social
No,
media.
it was spread on.
It was not. It was just in the
When
youngest
Deathly
age.
Hallows, when Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2 came
It's
out,
just
that,
that,
would have
like-
been like the beginning of Facebook and stuff.
It's just that, like, when it was being released, like when the book was being released, most people would have like avoided social media, and like you mostly find them queued outside of bookstores ready to buy the book. So then
But the book came out a few years before the movies, right?
Yeah.
no, I'm
Yeah.
not saying like I'm saying the whole spoiling thing was for the book.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That like people
Yeah,
went
yeah.
in front of bookstores shouting, "Dumbledore dies, Snape dies."
Thank you for spoiling that now for our viewers.
Come on, if you don't know, people holding out for the TV series, like, they have no idea what's going on in that world.
Hey, you never know. Those people might have played the video game, and that's their introduction. They don't know what's happened in the movies.
They just played Hogwarts.
What do you mean? In the games, they show what happens in the movies and the books.
You don't know.
Oh, sorry, you're talking about Hogwarts Legacy. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm talking about
I thought you were talking about the movie games.
Although people nowadays might not watch Harry Potter because of Rowling.
because
That is true, but there's also a lot of excitement for the TV series. So
I'm confused. Is that a TV series actually a TV series? I didn't even know about
yeah,
this.
Warner Bros announced a TV series. They're gonna remake the
whole book.
all 7 books as TV series.
So
yeah.
they're gonna have all 7 seasons of just the book.
I mean, that's what they say. It's like they just made the announcement saying they're doing a series based on the books. That's about it.
And wonder who they're casting.
Presenting Daniel Radcliffe as Harry
As
Potter.
young Harry Potter.
As young Harry Potter.
using revolutionary AI technology.
We've managed to age him down perfectly into his role. This is like Harry with like 6 fingers.
Expecto Patronum.
Okay, should we just be talking about Barbenheimer now?
Oh God! All right, we kept getting sidetracked. Barbenheimer. Barbenheimer basically successful. We have all gone out and tried. Oh, you have something to say, Dilantha?
No, I was just gonna say, like, in case anyone was listening now who hasn't watched the movies, I feel like we're gonna hit spoiler territory here
Yeah,
at some point, even accidentally. So, like, please keep that in mind as you're listening along. And,
Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, and watch Barbie and Oppenheimer in
Should I put a
cinemas.
spoiler alert? Or did I put a
All right,
spoiler?
go do it. Say your piece. Oh no, sorry, Akshan, continue.
Yeah, see Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Although I think Anuk's the only one who hasn't seen Barbie, but he doesn't want to. So
Not that I don't want
Yeah.
to. I don't mind seeing it when it comes out. You know,
Well, it is out in cinemas now.
You get what I
in a
mean.
different way, you see. He watched it in a different way. You get it?
A different R way.
R. Support unions are.
Don't give Hollywood your money.
Arr.
Sugar made a pirate. So, wow. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about Barbie and we're gonna talk about Oppenheimer because all of us except Anuk has seen all the movies and Anuk has seen one of them. He's just not seen one. That's fine. We can pitch it to him, convince him to see it sooner.
Wait, but chronologically, shouldn't we talk about Oppenheimer first and then Barbie?
Why do you? Is it because Oppenheimer was born first?
Well, that and like it was after the major explosion, right? That's how Barbie Land started, right? Like in that area, like where the explosion happened. It's just like
Yes,
there goes
directly,
Hiroshima and
directly,
Nagasaki, and then after that, from the ashes emerges Barbie Land. So chronologically, Oppenheimer first, then Barbie.
If you haven't seen Barbie, that's not what happened.
On a side note, this is a weird tangent to go on, but I saw something how they were like, if the bombs weren't dropped in Japan, there's a very high chance that anime would have never happened.
No, but anime was always there
No,
in
so
Japan even before.
apparently one of the very first ones is Astro Boy, and the writer
okay.
and the writer of it was a war veteran, and like all his works, manga and all are like based off like his experience in the war, and like he's known as like one of the founders of like the whole manga anime this thing. So
yeah.
So what you're saying was it was a necessary action.
No, I'm just saying.
Are you telling me Seshan?
I'm just saying, right?
It's like the Flash. Something bad has happened for good things.
I didn't realize we had President Truman in the podcast.
Oh, President Truman.
I mean, what you're saying is the earliest commercial Japanese anime, right? But in actuality, the actual anime would have started earlier than that.
No, I don't think so.
All right, while you guys keep talking, I'll look up when anime started.
This is like what?
It'll tell you 1917.
I-
It'll tell you
no, I-
1917 when.
I think
Yes.
it's 1960 or something, right? Astro Boy.
The earliest, no, it says origination or the
It's
earliest commercial.
1970. Yep.
70.
17.
1917.
Oh,
Anime or
okay.
manga?
Animation.
Animation.
Thing is like what defined the like anime
Well,
is like a
when
short form of animation.
I think what Sesha means is that anime, the concept of anime, was sort of coined with
Yeah, yeah.
Astro Boy and some.
Yeah.
of the
Yeah, that's
It became a bit more mainstream in Astro Boy, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
But
it's
it
also
was
the
always
stylistic,
there.
the stylistic choices of Astro Boy sort of translated to a lot of anime that followed because anime doesn't look like American animation
No,
because of
definitely.
Astro Boy and stuff like the
Yeah.
eyes, the way they look.
So in conclusion, it was a necessary military action. Okay, yeah. Makes
So
sense.
Oppenheimer was not only the father of the atomic bomb.
So you're saying
the god.
Oppenheimer was the father of anime. That is
my lord, oh, God.
no, you'll never find a more base take than that on any other podcast.
Oppenheimer is the father.
Oppenheimer is the father of anime. Don't forget that.
Good lord. So I speaking of anime, I'm
That
going
needs to be a
see
quote.
you boys are the more animators. Do you know
The
a movie
weebs.
called The First Slam Dunk? It's a basketball anime movie.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see it this Tuesday.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
The original one? Because I think they did a new one recently, right?
I've got to guess it's a new one.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Starting with Oppenheimer.
Barbenheimer. I think starting with Barbie, right? Because Barbie is a little bit more of a fun one to start with, and
Yeah,
then we
let's
can
start
go
with
into
Barbie then.
the serious. It's the best way to double feature it. See Barbie and then see Oppenheimer. Because
Yeah, you can
almost
end a
like-
side
I just
note.
think you should just see both. It doesn't really matter the order.
I mean, in terms of vibes,
Did you
Barbie's
did you
better first.
did you double feature it, Akshan?
I did.
Same.
I did say this. I saw Barbie on last week's Friday, and then I saw Oppenheimer on last week's Saturday. But then yesterday, I went and saw Barbie and Oppenheimer again. So I've seen them both twice.
Okay, wow.
So me and Dilantha watched
Barbie
last
first.
Sunday, and then,
And then
we watched Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer yesterday. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wunderbar. And then Anuk, when did you see Oppenheimer?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Okay.
Last Saturday. All right. So let's start off with Barbie. Anuk, have a juice box.
Yeah, I'll just weigh in some opinions whenever possible. But yeah, continue.
Yeah,
Sorry.
sure. Barbie. It is a. You know what? We're just gonna go into spoilers with both these movies. So if you haven't seen them, if you don't know what happens in them, again, go watch it.
Spoiler
I
alert.
recommend the movie and say just go watch it.
And come back
What about
after
you,
that.
boys? Come back here afterwards. We'll have a drink. All right. So I recommend the movie. I liked it more the second time that I saw it. I liked it fine the first time, but for some reason I liked it far more the second time. It really grew on me. Its flaws felt smaller in comparison to what it does well. Yeah, without giving away too much, what do you boys think of the movie?
You wanna go first, Dilantha? Or...
I loved it. I loved it. It was a good movie. I'm not rushing to see it a second time, but I think I told Seshan this as well. Like, if someone else told me, like, let's go watch Come on Barbie, let's go party, I would probably say, yeah, sure, why not? It was fun. It was very pink. Yeah, good movie. Good movie.
Very pink.
I also feel the same way as like what Akshan said. Like, it's the things it does well, like, kind of distracts you from the things that it doesn't do that well. And like for me, everything from acting, the set design, the costumes, the entire world, obviously, the musical numbers, all those were, and the jokes, the humor, were so good that kind of distracts you from the plot being the sole thing that's lacking in the entire thing.
Interesting.
Also, I don't know if Dilantha's frozen.
No.
Pretty sure he's frozen.
Yeah, he might be.
Anyways.
Spoiler alert. Thank you.
Anyways,
I was gonna put
the
that,
one thing
but-
I wanted to say was that, like, I did see like a lot of people. There were like some people that like went into the movie and like didn't like it for certain reasons that obviously I don't know and I won't get into. But all I will say is, like, if you take it as a light-hearted movie, you're not gonna feel offended by it. And like, I wasn't particularly. I don't feel like I was, even though there was a lot of jokes towards, like, you know, socio-political commentary. I don't feel like it took one side over the other, even though some people might have felt that way. I just feel like it was a nice, light-hearted movie.
I agree. It was a fun ride. One of the things that I think maybe enjoyed the second time more was the fact that I think I accepted its lightheartedness a lot more, and for some reason its jokes were as funny the second time
Yeah.
as it was the first time.
Okay.
I cannot give more praise to Ryan Gosling than I can.
So he deserves best supporting actor, is what you're saying.
Understand this, okay? When The Nice Guys came out in 2016, I argued that he should have been nominated for a comedic role in that movie. This movie, they better give him a nomination. He better be nominated for best supporting actor.
While we're on the topic of the humor, what was your favorite joke if you remember it?
You want to beach off, bro?
What?
You want to beach off, bro?
Beach off. Yeah, that was a good
Okay,
scene.
my
was
favorite
so funny.
joke was the one when they're trying to escape and Alan's like, "Let's go before they decide, before they figure out how to build a wall." What's it? Sideways.
Instead of all the way
That
out.
was good.
That was my favorite
was-
joke. I lost it.
It was so funny. Dilantha.
Mine was also the beach off one.
My mind is the beach off one as well.
Yeah, it's beach off.
Yeah,
You wanna
beach off
beach
one.
off,
That was
bro?
good one. You want to beach off, bro?
For beach
I'll
off,
beat you
bro.
up. I'll beat you both off, bro.
I say it's the beach off, but really it is just Ryan Gosling throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
Like that, you remember the moment where Barbie's like, "I need to concentrate to find this girl," and he's like, "No, I don't want to sit here and concentrate and watch you concentrate." And she's like, "Then just go somewhere." And he's like, "Fine, I'll go." And then he starts walking away, but he's still staring at her as he's walking, and the way he's moving as he's going away was so funny. He's such a good comedic actor. He needs to do more of the comedy. He's so good. So he's a good dramatic actor as well. But my lord, so funny. Ryan Gosling, big ups to him. Set design. That set was amazing. It was like the Wizard of Oz.
It was very pink. It was very pink.
Extremely.
I think it was done very well. Like the weird the part I knew that it was really good was the beach scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought they would just like put it on a normal beach, like with normal sand and whatnot, but no, they committed to like an all plastic,
Yeah.
like an all plastic set, and I'm just like, dear lord.
Yeah, especially the part where it's like running to the water and then just bounces off.
Yeah.
That was good.
Oh god, it's fantastic. Another point that I noticed more the second time was the music, which is very soundtrack heavy. It's not necessarily a score or a composition. It's more soundtrack. Like the movie begins with Lizzo's "Pink," which is a great opener. It's very bouncy, very fun, very much like Lizzo's music. Like her music is absurdly pink. Pink. And the ending song with Billie Eilish, it really beautifully, very emotionally encapsulates that ending of the movie. It's amazing. I really love that song. But
I don't know if it's a hot take, but I'm glad that they didn't put the new Barbie song in the movie.
It's not a hot take. It's not a hot take, but you kind of stole that from me, Seshan. So I'm just gonna.
No, I mean I was gonna. This thing.
I'm the one who said that first.
No, but I'm also glad that they did, because when we listen.
But yeah, I'm also like jokes aside, I'm glad they didn't put that.
They used the original. This thing is it? I could have.
No, they didn't.
they didn't.
It's just that
They didn't use the original.
me and Dilantha listened to it like together.
The Nicki Minaj remix version, and it wasn't.
In the movie itself, you mean?
Yeah, it's just in the credit scene. That's a good choice. That's a good choice.
So they used the Aqua one in the movie, is it?
No, they didn't use it at all. Yeah.
They never
I
used
think
that.
the Nicki Minaj one is supposed to be like the replacement for that.
You know why? Because I think Greta Gerwig, the director, has good taste. Didn't want to put it in the movie.
What do you mean? It's the best show.
She probably didn't even want the song, and they were just like, "Yeah, but Nicki Minaj really wants to do a Barbie song," and it's like, "Fine, I'm gonna put it in the credits."
Props to her, by the way, for doing a great job directing the movie.
She's She did a fantastic job. She's, I believe, this movie is the highest grossing opening weekend for a female director
Yeah.
as well. And actually, it made more money than Captain Marvel's opening weekend. And Captain Marvel went on to make $1 billion. So it's likely that this might make $1 billion.
Yeah. Oh, most likely.
But
Yeah.
I will say though, a lot of what made the Barbie movie successful is purely its marketing.
Its marketing is very good. Yeah.
Everywhere around the world, I'm pretty sure, like, I'm surprised that it came to even Sri Lanka, like the whole thing outside the cinema. The little
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, they brought
Oh.
like they did a pink dollhouse at CCC,
Yeah.
like this huge thing. Then they brought like I don't know if you saw Akshan,
The
but like
Barbie
when we were
box.
in Malaysia,
The Barbie
the
box,
Barbie box,
the car.
Barbie car.
Mhm.
They did like a fashion display by AOD. Like they did a lot of stuff here for that.
Yeah, so I feel like Barbie's marketing
team was good.
Yeah, the marketing team is like what took. I feel like it would have been a big success on its own, like if it was that. But I feel like them mixing it with Oppenheimer was the special thing that
Special sauce.
Yeah, the special sauce that was needed to like move it to where it has come now.
Yeah.
I mean, Oppenheimer didn't really use a lot of marketing because they thought the name will push it
I
forward.
don't think they
Even-
need to anyway. I think
yeah,
people already
Even
like,
the actors like Cillian Murphy doesn't have any social media what do you call accounts
He
and stuff,
doesn't have
right?
any social media presence
Oh,
now.
Yeah, that's also
By the
yeah.
way, Anuk, let me correct you because I recently learned this. It's pronounced
Oh.
Killian.
Killian, sorry,
I was going to
Sorry.
say so.
Killian Murphy. Then
One of my
I
favorite.
also thought his name was Cillian.
And there he goes.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Killian Murphy disconnected him.
Okay. Do not say Killian Murphy's name wrong. You're going to get just booted from this.
Are you okay? Dilantha?
I'm just gonna change my camera 1 second.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright. Even mine crashed though, so I don't know. It's weird.
Discord is a bit funky. It's using up a lot of this thing.
Yeah. Just
I'm
push
just
your
gonna
face closer.
Yeah, that's not happening anytime soon. Anyway, this is what they're gonna get. So continue.
That's
Love
fine.
Yeah, Killian Murphy.
I don't know. I saw something about him agreeing to doing a Barbie sequel. I don't know if that was real.
No, I think it was real. He said he wants to be a Ken.
Fun. It'll be fun.
So are we moving?
Uh,
on?
I don't think they're gonna do a Barbie sequel though, right? Surely this is a one-off and then.
You don't know. Like sometimes they take a good movie. And
All
let's do
I
a
can
second
see
one.
is maybe a Ken spin-off, but that's the most. Even
I
then,
will.
Dilantha.
I will let you know what Mattel has said they want to do. They said that they now want to do movie versions of their other famous toys.
So I know they want to do Hot Wheels. I heard about that.
That would be
But did you hear that they want to do an Magic 8-Ball movie?
I can believe that. Okay, actually, since we're on the topic, was Mattel a good guy or a bad guy in this movie?
Yes.
Okay, I think I also lean on that. I don't know why. Like initially when they were like put the bad guy, I was like, I'm very surprised Mattel agreed to be the bad guy in this movie. And then when in the end when the president's like, oh, it's happiness,
I
inspire
feel-
women. I was like, okay, this is more like Mattel was like, yes, put this please.
I feel like they just took like a very basic, like, you know, like a generic like corporate this thing, and like they were like, we'll just put that for Mattel. You know what I mean? Right?
Persona.
Like a, what's the word? It's like every aspect in the movie, like about Mattel specifically, was like stereotypical. Also, I feel like Dilantha crashed again.
No.
No, he has.
He did. It's amazing. That's amazing that he's crashed this many times.
No, but
Oh,
I feel
God.
like Mattel, like I said, like I feel like they just made a very stereotypical like company.
They did.
I don't know if
it was
they-
very.
I can't say whether they did that with like all the characters. I don't know if they did. Maybe they did. Like they wanted to be like so stereotypical that it was like a joke.
Yeah, I would say.
I feel
agree
like
with
that's
that.
where like the lightheartedness of the movie comes from. It's like it'll take a very serious topic, like it took something like the patriarchy and in essence
Feminism.
the feminism, and like it made it not a political commentary about modern society, but more like these two things, and it's like haha funny.
I would argue that, but I would also argue that it somehow manages to explore those ideas in a satirical, in a comedic, lighthearted way.
Yeah.
It's not in depth. It's not like the patriarchy is explored in depth. It's more that these characters are so simple-minded that they interpret the patriarchy so simple-mindedly, and they, and so the criticism, the analysis of it is very like surface level, but it still works. It still works. Seeing like the freaking even like the dumb interpretation of patriarchy that Ken gets, how he brings it to Barbie Land is very funny. Like I still love the freaking song they sing with the guitar. I won't push you around, and I will. Oh god! Speaking of musical numbers, I'm just Ken. That was the most.
Yesterday
That was
on the way
Did
home.
Ryan Gosling actually sing that song?
Yeah, he did.
Oh wow.
If you go to what's this thing, Spotify, he's credited as the singer.
On the way home from Oppenheimer, Suhani was playing both those songs in the car.
They're good. They're good songs. Oh man, it's well written. It's well choreographed. The choreography was hilarious. I love the rock paper scissors moment. Just the small moment in that beach off. In the beach off, yes. It was Barbie. It was a lot more interesting than I thought it was going to be, even though I knew Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach wrote it. Noah Baumbach is the guy who wrote Marriage Story, by the way.
Marriage Story is which movie again?
It's the one. Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson are married and they get a divorce in the movie.
Oh, that's the one.
Okay.
I remember. Sorry.
Yeah, it's where that meme of Adam Driver just pointing and
Every day I wake up. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, it's a very good writer, and clearly him working with Greta Gerwig is also a very good writer on this movie. Pretty damn good, you know. I'm very happy that Greta Gerwig as a director, like she's a very good, talented director, and I'm glad that she got the accolades and the recognition for this movie. And apparently she's going to direct Chronicles of Narnia.
They're doing
A remake?
Chronicles of Narnia movie?
Yeah, I know. Even I was like, huh?
I just went on the app. There are two actually for her: The Magician's Nephew and The Horse and His Boy.
When you said that, I thought you said The Horse and His Ball.
That's the name of the damn thing.
The Horse and His Ball.
The Horse and His
So
Boy.
wait, there's two Chronicles of Narnia movies coming out.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
Netflix.
Oh, yeah,
British.
that's what I remember. Yeah.
AI.
And based
Although I don't think she's gonna be making it soon because
so the first one is The Magician's Nephew. Second one is The Horse.
yeah, and this will all
And
happen.
I'm asking, but I already probably know the answer. Have any of you read the Chronicles of Narnia books?
Nope.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was wondering like how much story there is in those ones.
I'm pretty sure there's a big amount of story for sure.
Must be. Yeah. No, I was wondering because this is like a big gap, right? Since what was the last one? Prince Caspian, which was Now
Few
it
years,
feels like decades ago, but
I'm pretty
The
sure it is
Chronicles
almost.
of Narnia is a series of 7 portal fantasy novels. Interesting. I didn't know there were 7 of them. I thought there were only 2 because there were 2 movies made.
There are 2 movies made.
yeah. So
Yeah.
there was Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, and then Prince Caspian.
Okay, yeah. But very big jump.
Wait, did you say only 2?
No,
Were there 3?
Yeah, there's 3,
I
right?
swear there were 3.
there are
That's
3
what I was thinking.
movies.
Yeah, there's
That's what I thought. Okay, maybe. Or maybe.
Chronicles of
The
Narnia.
Voyage of the Dawn Treader.
What? That's a movie?
Is that not one?
So wait, there's one with the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Yeah.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Audacity of this Bitch. That was a
2010,
good
so
one.
then Prince Caspian was
The Voyage of
the Dawn
the
Treader.
Dawn Treader.
Yeah, that's the third movie.
That's the one they go into the sea.
I gotta be honest, I did not even know that was a movie.
I did not know that was a movie.
This is the one with this fellow in it. What's his name?
Liam
The one-
Neeson.
Huh.
Oh no, not. Why am I thinking of the Prince Caspian one?
Simon Pegg.
Wait.
Gary Sweet.
Narnia movies.
Which one had the Jon Snow actor in it?
That's Prince Caspian, is it not?
Was it?
Prince Caspian. Let's go to it. Let's see.
No, Ben Barnes. That's Prince Caspian.
The Voyage of the Dawn Treader was the one with the sea. Yeah, that's the one I remember. That's the latest one with basically all the youngest two.
Yeah, I feel like I remember watching this movie. Simon
Yeah, the
Pegg
youngest-
is in- Simon
Oh,
Pegg is in
Peter
this movie.
Simon who?
Simon Pegg.
Yeah. He's apparently the rat.
I don't
The
remember
mouse.
this. I not that I don't. I vaguely remember it.
The only
Yeah.
reason I know he's the mouse is because he talked about.
Okay, yeah, I know I've watched this because I've rated it.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the sequel. I've seen the first one, but I don't remember it. All I remember is that they go in a cupboard.
I remember the first one very clearly.
You mean a wardrobe?
Yeah, what did I say?
The
To
cupboard.
cupboard.
Anyways.
I was like, come on, man! It's in the name.
We got to
so
move
yeah.
on to
Greta Gerwig is making those 2 movies. That's the Barbie director. That's the Barbiness. The Barbs. We
The
like the
Barbs.
movie. Clearly, Anuk should see it, but at the same time, support unions.
I'll be moving
Let's
on
move on to a movie that we have all seen, which is Oppenheimer. I thought it was Oppenheimer until I saw the movie.
Oppenheimer.
Dr. Oppenheimer.
They should have called the movie Oppie.
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 I don't know about that one, Oppie.
That's a Sri Lankan joke.
Wait. They say that in the movie. They call him Oppie, don't they?
Yeah,
Yeah, the
Yeah,
short.
So,
Yeah.
isn't that his last name?
Yeah,
It is, yeah.
J.
Robert J.
Oppenheimer.
There's no
Oh,
Oppenheimer is his last name, like how you're Fernando or something.
Yeah, I know that, but like, thanks for telling everyone my last name.
It's not like
Thanks.
Anyway, continue, Fernando. What were you saying?
Sorry, Vijay Madam.
Screw you.
There was something in the air that night.
So wait, what was your point? Like, why do they call him by his last name?
Yeah, because like most people.
That's not a very
That's
good
not-
thing, though.
yeah.
Like,
Why
people.
Normally people call by your last name in Western countries.
Okay, it's not a normal thing. No, at least not in the modern era. It's not a normal thing. But if you think about it, right, like I noticed more in Britain, right, when they talk like Harry Potter, right, they always refer to them as like Potter, Granger, Weasley.
That's Britain. This is like.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's reasonable to
era.
assume that people during that previous
I-
period just refer to people by their surname.
Here's a way. Whenever they use his last name, it's usually a crowd chanting it. when a politician gets on stage, do they go first name first, or do they go by the last name?
Oh, that's actually true. For politicians, they go like Obama or Trump
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Biden.
Hello,
They don't
Obama.
say Joe, Barack, or Donald.
Yeah.
What's
Barack.
Barack Obama's
Because
last name?
What's Barack Obama's last name?
Hussein. But characters do refer to him as Robert in the movie. I remember this because Robert Downey Jr. says the word Robert so many times. I'm like, that must have been weird to say your own name.
Yeah.
Robert.
But yeah, Oppenheimer. It's a
Christopher Nolan movie.
First off, let me just state that the two most successful movies and very successful movies at the box office this weekend was a very bluntly a feminist fun joyride Barbie movie and a hard R biopic about the guy who made the atom bomb. And most of the movie is them talking in rooms.
Hollywood.
And it was very successful. Yeah, and it's one of the best films of the year, in my view. It's fantastic. It's one of Christopher Nolan's best movies, in my view, as well.
Agreed.
Love the movie. Absolutely fantastic. It's a cinematic achievement. What are your boys' thoughts? Shall we go to Anuk first?
Okay, sure. How do we rate this? It is, in terms of its cinematic style, it was good. I like the style that he went to with no CG. Most of it was no CG. Anyways. It's all.
I think the whole thing was no CG.
Yeah, there's no CG. Everything is just really made. Even the bomb, everything was all done in time.
Yeah, apparently.
Which is good. The storyline was. It got a bit confusing at one point. Then I realized where we were. And then, do you realize that the black and white scene is actually, or what I read at least, that it is not his view, it's outsider's view.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When the
And
movie's in color, it's his perspective. When the movie's
his perspective.
In black and white,
Subjective.
It's more Strauss's perspective. It could be. You could argue it's objective perspective, but I would argue it's Strauss's.
Even I also thought it was Strauss's, like either his story or whatever, like his perspective.
Whatever. Yeah.
What he saw.
What the public eye basically saw.
I feel like towards the end I figured that it was Strauss's view, just because the same scene that started the movie of Oppenheimer talking to Einstein was in black and white. But
yeah, because the public never saw that scene of him talking to Einstein.
That is also true.
Yeah, but then that scene was what ended the movie, and it was in full color, and it was Oppenheimer's view.
Yeah, I really love how Cillian Murphy had different performances for the black and white and for the colored scenes.
Yeah, because he portrayed different characters in terms of who watched it in which way.
It was between how he felt, as in who he was actually, and how Lewis perceived him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing it again. I already want to see it again.
I probably might watch. Not in cinema, but like.
Problem is when you watch it, download it, the quality will be reduced because the aspect ratios. Unless you have the correct aspect ratio, then it's fine.
We'll see. I just want to watch it
IMAX.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, this movie apparently was made in 70mm IMAX.
They showed that, like, have you seen that picture of like that big film? They have a movie on.
It's absurd.
I wanted to go watch it in IMAX, but then problem is the thing was R-rated, right? So most of the scenes were cut. So it was like no point paying a whole sum again just for watching a scene that's already been cut from the movie.
Surprisingly, nothing was cut in Sri Lanka.
Yeah, that was actually a big surprise, I must say.
Although I'm also not surprised because I have like watched a movie in scope like multiple years back that had like a scene. What are you looking at?
I remember Deadpool 2 wasn't cut.
Yeah, Deadpool 2 wasn't cut. The scene I'm remembering is from a movie called Hansel and Gretel.
Oh, the freaking Jeremy Renner
Yes, that one.
There's an R-rated Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah.
I never saw that movie, but I saw.
I watched it with my cousins, and like the youngest one there was like 8 years old.
Do you notice in Oppenheimer there was also a couple of young people there?
There were
Yeah.
a few kids in the cinema. But I
So I
guess
think that
most
they
people
gave-
didn't know. Like
I mean, no, that's stupid though. If you didn't know.
no. Like I'm being honest. Like when we showed up before you, right? And there was like a group of people who were like in line to go get food, and then one person told them, they're like, you know that this movie is 3 hours long, right? And the rest of them were like, really?
Okay, that's fine. Not knowing, I can understand that. But
Really?
if you didn't know it was R-rated going in, that's dumb.
No, I
that's
feel
fine.
like
Most
I feel like when you go to see a movie, you need to know, like, especially if you're bringing a kid, you need to know like what the rating
Yeah.
is. You need to know how long it's gonna be. Like those are things that like.
And here they don't restrict you either, right? Because like I think in America, right, like you can't watch an R-rated unless
supervision.
you have supervision. And even then, do they stop you for
They
certain
let you-
moves? I don't know.
They don't. As long as you have an adult.
Okay.
Which honestly, I don't know if they enforce that. The movie theaters, they sort of enforce it, but
Anyways, Anuk, continue on your.
Yeah.
review.
So then, plot was good. Cinematic was good. The choice of characters, the choice of actors was perfect. Especially Cillian Murphy as Oppenheimer. You could actually see similarities in the face structure and everything is just perfect in my eye, at least. Even Strauss was also perfect. Kitty Oppenheimer was also perfect. Then I forgot the other two. The two other scientists also was perfect for the role from their biops, which I've read a bit. Perfect. So yeah, they chose perfectly. Even the score was good. The Ludwig, I forgot his last name, but Ludwig score was good.
Hans Zimmer
Yeah.
shaking in his boots.
Yeah, Hans Zimmerman shaking his boots. Yeah, it was perfect. I don't know how else to describe it. It was I would say a top 5 in my opinion. All-time
All-time.
movies. All-time movies.
it's not a bad one. It's not a bad one to have in your top 5.
I don't really like a lot of movies, but yeah, top 5.
Thank you for that ringing endorsement. It's in my top 5. Also, I've only seen 5 movies.
Now, if he watches Barbie will be in his top 10.
The top 10, yes. All right, yeah. Ringing endorsement. Wonderful praise for the movie from Anuk right there. Who wants to go next?
Dilantha, you want to take your
Sure.
controversial
The movie
take?
sucked. The movie sucked. It sucked ass. Like I was watching this and like, what the hell is Seshan dragged me into? Seriously.
Uh-huh.
I was just watching it and I was like, oh, is it ending? Oh wait, we have another 2.5 hours to go. Jeez, yeah, great. Is it over? Oh, come to the end. Oh no, wait, another hour to go. And then thinking, oh, okay, the bomb's gone off, so that means the end, right? Truman says, get that wimp out of my office or something, right? Is it over? No, another half an hour to go. No. But jokes aside, it was okay.
All that for it was okay.
Okay. It was a beautiful movie. Like Anuk said, character choices were great. I still can't believe Devon Bostick and Josh Peck were both playing very serious characters in that movie.
Yeah.
Josh Peck was one of the people who was turning the bomb on.
Yeah. So Suhani was
Yeah.
losing her mind in that scene.
I was losing my mind. I was like, wait, what? I thought he was just when I saw him on the side, I was like, okay, fine. He's just like background character, right? It's just like one character where Christopher Nolan's like, gotcha, Drake and Josh guy. But then when he's turning on the bomb, I'm like, wait.
You're gonna give this guy the...
You're gonna give this guy the role? Devon Bostick was also he was also given a pretty serious role. I can't remember what it was, but he was one of the scientists at Los Alamos, right? So that was pretty serious. Casting was good.
Thing?
Huh? Sorry.
the cussing was good.
Casting.
Yeah, the casting was okay. I wouldn't say it's like it's not top tier, but like they just said fuck a lot, right? I mean that's
I mean, it's an R-rated movie, so you can.
yeah, I guess. Okay, let's talk about the sex. Okay, that's my area of expertise.
See, now I don't
right?
have.
So
I don't have
Okay.
Um,
We're not doing this on this podcast.
We're not R-rated enough.
Did he freeze?
Yeah, you froze.
I didn't freeze. I was just like, I can't believe you're doing this to me. The one moment I actually have knowledge on this subject matter, and you're muzzling me, Seshan.
Yes.
No. We stream on Pornhub the next day.
No. I'm not gonna go in depth. I'm just gonna say this, right? They were okay. I feel like that scene in the room was just done for shock more than anything else. But the first scene, I'd say the first scene was good. The second one was done for shock. It was a bit unnecessary.
I disagree.
Did I ask for your opinion?
Wait. When you made second scene,
I'm
was
sorry.
it the one-
Did I ask for your opinion?
No, I'm not
Okay.
opinion. I'm asking which scene.
No, not you, Anuk. I only Seshan.
He's talking.
I want your opinion. Yes, you tell me,
He's
sir.
talking about the one where they're like he's on
In the
trial.
room, and they're like, yeah.
Oh no. The first scene is with the Bhagavad Gita where he recites the.
That one. I feel like that was only put in for historical accuracy.
It's not. It's not.
Is it not?
It's
Okay.
I don't think that's historically accurate. No.
He said the
I
Bhagavad.
actually believe it if that's true though, because
I
that
think-
sounds pretty crazy.
I think it's historically accurate that he read that, and that she knew that he read that, and that they had sex. He just combined it into one moment.
Yeah.
Okay,
He actually said that line in an interview when he dropped the
Oh,
bomb,
yeah.
after he dropped the bomb.
Oh no. Okay, no. That's probably true. What I meant was like that scene probably did happen. I'm not saying that's where he dropped the line.
No.
I'm not saying that's his historical dropping the line. I just meant more like that scene just happened in his life.
Yeah,
Like,
he would have had sex with her, but not that whole
No, it
scene would have happened. I don't think so.
it happened in that way. I think it's economical storytelling to have like multiple things communicated really quickly like that in one moment. It's more dramatic than it is accurate.
No, fair enough.
You're
What
talking about the other
else?
scene where he goes and cheats on Kitty, right?
No, he's talking about the.
No,
one
it's talking
where-
about the courtroom,
Trial.
the trial scene. Yeah.
Where it sort of bleeds between reality and
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
think Anuk would have seen that.
Oh crap! I forgot. You
Some
didn't see
scenes-
that. Yeah, no. That scene got cut. That's why. Sorry.
So
Yeah.
in the movie, he's talking in the courtroom, and then the camera pans behind. one of the guys.
Okay. I remember. Okay, I would have seen just a glimpse of it, where Kitty is on Oppenheimer's lap and they're both naked.
Not Kitty.
No, not Kitty.
Sorry, not Kitty. So the
Jane.
Jane,
what's her
yeah.
name?
Yeah, that one.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That I would have seen. Yeah, not seen the whole scene, but I saw
Wait.
glimpse of it.
Another question. When
Because there are three sex scenes, by the way.
Yeah, technically.
Nudity scenes. Yeah.
there's three
Yeah,
nudity scenes, the third one
true.
wasn't sex, right? But no, okay, that third scene, was she naked or was she wearing a black dress?
I don't think they put anything. I think she put a black dress. I think, yeah, black dress. If I'm not
Okay.
mistaken.
So that's the censored version, because that's the one that they're showing in India right now.
Yeah, because they have to show that.
And
bit,
they were
right?
saying that's the only CGI in the movie because they CGI put a dress on her for that scene. Okay, so that's that's interesting. Okay, anyway, enough talking about the sex. Enough talking about the sex. I don't want to talk about that nonsense. The movie was fine. I'm not going to say it's personally for me not top tier, but it's not my type of movie anyway. But I will say cinematically, casting wise, it was a wonderful experience. Probably wouldn't go watch it again because it's long, but other than that, so it's all right.
All right,
Moving
my turn.
on. Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Best movie ever, 10 out of 10.
No, I agree with what most of you all said. I agree that the casting was very well done. The acting was very well done. The fact that there was no CGI makes it all the more epic, in my opinion. The score, the sound design, the sets, all very well done. But I feel like a normal person, a normal man, doesn't like
Comprehend.
no, not that. But it's just that it's difficult. Like any Christopher Nolan film is very difficult. It's difficult to get into a Christopher Nolan film, and I understand that because like
Come on, man.
because all the previous films that he's done, especially ones like Tenet, are like
Require thinking.
not that it requires thinking. It's like it's a lot of information that is revealed to you in the start that doesn't make sense. It does like I feel like his films never ease you into the story, and that it's like he gives you pieces of a puzzle that as the movie goes on you get a clearer picture of everything that's happening in the movie, which is something I personally enjoy. I disagree with Dilantha on the whole thing with the trial, like that sex scene in the trial, because of the fact that and the parts where Oppenheimer, like especially like after the bombs were dropped in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, like where he was like listening to the entire crowd, and it was like you could see the crowd like chanting, but like there was no noise. Then the flash of white, like the things that were like happening in his head being like displayed like that, I really liked. And like that's why I feel like the same thing with that sex scene in the trial was a good scene, was because like it also like showed
That part was not showing his head though. That was in her head,
Yeah,
right?
like
I think
that's-
that was the idea. Yeah.
So I liked it for that part because it showed a bit of her as well, even though like she wasn't like a main focus in the movie. Like it showed like one aspect of his life with her, and like that sense of betrayal that she felt, like it was put into a visual this thing. Like because the idea of being cheated on in this day and age especially is like it's far too common. Like if it were put in words, I don't think it would have done. It wouldn't have given the same effect as what that scene did.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I feel like the things that happen in his head, like if it's like if he expressed in words the sorrow he felt for inventing the bomb and like what it did to the people of Japan, it wouldn't be as expressive,
Poignant.
as him like stepping into like a burnt up corpse and seeing seeing in his head the aftermath of what he had caused.
Mm.
Which is what those scenes like, which is why I love those scenes. And I think I told Anuk this last night. I said the movie like what's the word? It connected with me on a different level because
Because you also want to blow up the world with a big atomic bomb. Yeah.
This one was because of the fact that like as people born in like
Hiroshima.
the 90s, which obviously means like post World War II, we don't get to see and we don't know what life was like before it. And there are lots of turning points in human history that that shape the way the world is currently. And I feel like the invention of the atomic bomb was one of those, because it was like the movie said, the moment in the history of mankind where the power to destroy mankind was created. And that's it. Like, that's just the base reason like why I love it.
That was pretty deep, Seshan. That was pretty deep.
Yeah, it's a fantastic. It's a It's a cinematic achievement in my opinion. It's a fantastic.
Why are you shaking your head? I'm saying that's pretty deep.
No, I saw your message.
It's the 3 hours really went by pretty well for me. There's a points where it felt a bit slow, but it felt like it felt the time. However, by the end, I did not feel like 3 hours went by. I felt fairly enraptured throughout the entire thing. As Anuk said, the music's amazing. It's pretty damn impressive. It had this almost like steady rhythm and pulsing
Yes,
energy.
yes. Especially the atom smashing, the part, the fire, everything. You could really feel the fire. You could.
Yeah, it just kept going. It just really kept the momentum of the whole movie going. But I love those moments of silence as well when the music is not there. Like when the bomb goes off.
That's the funniest part. That's the funniest part, though.
What part?
Well, the bomb bit, because you could expect the bomb going off, but you don't really expect the loudness of the bomb.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like where the bomb? You see the bomb and then
You see the
hear
bomb.
it.
Yeah, you boom. You don't expect it in which
There's a
second it
long
comes.
period of silence before.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was expected just because of.
In a movie, because they established it beforehand as well. They showed like explosions from a distance that took a while for the sound to get there.
Yeah.
And that was effective because later on when you see the big bomb and it takes so long for the sound to come, it is it really emphasizes how big that explosion and that moment was.
Yeah.
Also, in a movie theater with a good sound system, my God, did that.
Oh yeah, that's the other complaint I had. Sorry.
Yeah. Wait, what was your theater, Anu?
So problem with mine is it was Dolby. I don't know why they didn't do it
Dolby
perfectly.
what?
Dolby Atmos.
Atmos. Because
I don't know why.
was surround 7.1.
Yeah, most theaters are either 7.1 or 7.0. Mostly are now 7.1 due to standards. I think Akshan would know this, right? 7.1, right, Akshan?
I know what my movie theater was.
It probably was Atmos, but ours wasn't that bad. I feel like it would have been better in Atmos.
I feel like Atmos would have been better. I think I said that to Seshan as well. But I mean, it was still epic. No doubts about that. But I feel like with Atmos, you would have actually felt like.
Mine the sounds felt very frontal rather than on the sides. It wasn't really surround. I don't know, maybe the speakers might have broken or something.
I feel like that might have just been on purpose.
No, but that's the whole point of the Atmos surround, right? It's supposed to be.
I feel like here's the thing, right? Like it's coming from one direction. Is that
Okay, when you
No,
no.
when I saw it was from everywhere. It
Really?
sort of like it came all around. It did come from the front, but you could feel like the vibrations and the
your echoes should be from the back. For me, the way I don't know how to explain this, but the way the sound traveled, it didn't really feel like it was around you. It felt like it was too frontal.
When the footsteps came in, because throughout the movie there's a motif of the pounding of the footsteps. Did that sound as loud as it did for y'all?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did.
All right, man. The footsteps motif, like the pounding of the footsteps throughout the movie, it put you don't know why it's there, but it feels very intense and very purposeful. And like with the effect of creating intensity, and then when you find out what that motif of the footsteps stomping represents, the scene that the footsteps are in, it makes watching the movie again, all those moments just are heightened because of the context of what it means. It's like representing Oppenheimer's despair and internal struggle with having created this thing, this world-changing thing. It is that scene, the scene where he's talking. That Seshan said, the scene where he's talking to all those people after after the bombs have been dropped, and you cannot hear them chanting. You still hear the sound design of them getting out of their seats and moving around, their feet shuffling, but you don't hear them. That was chilling. It's chilling. It tells you very easily that the praise is not getting to him. It's telling you that the deafening silence of the dead is piercing his mind, knowing that many people have died and many more might die in the future because of what he's made.
Yeah.
It is phenomenal. That was one of the best scenes I've seen in any movie ever. It's fantastic.
Speaking of the bomb, I think
I am the
Dilantha-
bomb.
No, I told Dilantha this. There was apparently a thing where in many movie theaters, probably across the US, where people watching the Barbie movie could hear the
bomb.
no, yeah, they could hear the moment the bomb goes off in Oppenheimer. And it just so happens that the scene that it happens in is at the end of that entire speech the mom gives in the Barbie movie.
That's quite funny.
Yeah.
That's quite funny. That's a good moment to have a bomb drop.
I think that was like an edit or so, like someone like at the cinema, like I think they must have videoed it just for the meme. They like took a video of of that moment, and then they like added the bomb this thing, and then like the phone pans to the side, and it's like the wall has like crumbled.
I've seen that video.
It's like the wall has crumbled.
CG.
Separating the two movies, and like you can see the bomb go off on the screen in the other theater.
And I think they also added like in that line saying the atomic bomb will return.
Another point is Cillian Murphy's performance. All the actors are really good in the movie,
Yeah.
but Cillian Murphy's performance, you can see the very bottled up and internalized despair on his face when he's not even expressing an emotion, when he's just sitting down, sort of rubbing his eyebrows, thinking, fearing, worrying, and living in a great deal of torment that I don't think any of us can really imagine. Like the concept that you have changed the world for potentially the worse. To such a degree, to such an extent.
It weighs a toll on him.
It weighs, like, yeah, you see it in his eyes. It's amazing. And the fact that he looks and sounds so similar to the character, the way he holds himself, the way he stands, his posture.
Yeah.
It's.
I mean, I think that Cillian Murphy, anyways, is someone who is. Sorry. Cillian Murphy is someone is like that, right? In general, in real life as well. So I think that's why they chose him. Anyways, he's a perfect match for the character.
Yeah,
They did choose him. They did choose him for all those reasons. But there's also that element of, like, if you see Cillian Murphy in real life, he's a lot more laid back than Oppenheimer. Like the way Oppenheimer sits down and is just like taking notes is very different to the way if you ever seen like a video of Cillian Murphy. Or
Yeah, that's of course true. He's a bit more open.
Like the physical.
Oppenheimer.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you for that. He's very likely. He's very much the front runner for best actor at the Oscars coming up. I think he deserves it.
I'd say it deserves it.
He's,
At that nomination at the least, surely.
Yeah, he might get nominated, but will he win it is the question, depending on the.
I don't know. Maybe
What
another
else is
actor
coming
will
out this
see
year that has to contest?
I don't really know.
Let's
Actually.
see.
Wait, the other nomination would be Ken, right?
That's
No,
supporting.
he would be
He's not-
supporting.
He's supporting,
right?
so sorry,
Yeah, he's
supporting.
not the
Yeah.
main.
but
Ryan
but-
Gosling will go up against Robert Downey Jr. I'm sure of it, and I still would want Ryan Gosling.
Would you not get from male actors? No. How
Male,
about-
Yeah,
male supporting. Male
That's-
supporting.
That's, oh, there's
Yeah.
male supporting.
Male
okay.
supporting. Yeah.
I thought there's like certain category like just only males.
There's no male.
There's
Actually,
male.
is he not the male lead in Barb?
No.
No, he's supporting.
He was still a supporting character.
Here's the thing. The studio is the one that sends the nomination.
Nomination,
Sends
yeah. So they'd probably send him as a supporting, yeah.
As a supporting, yeah. They decide that he's a supporting and send it there. Because I don't think he's a lead. I don't think
Why
he's a
can't I
lead.
find a list of 2023 movies?
Even though the tagline for the movie is "She's everything, he's just Ken." I'm just Ken. That's hilarious.
Well, so Chris Pratt is getting a nomination for Mario, right, for Best Actor. Yeah, so that's one.
I don't even. I hope that movie doesn't even get an animated nomination. Honestly,
You know that it
Please.
will, though.
no, it won't, because Illumination has only had one movie get nominated, and it was Despicable Me 2. Like 10 years ago. They've never had a nomination after that.
Mm.
Get
Then
nominated.
Harrison Ford is probably getting a nomination for Indiana Jones.
You
That clearly
you
makes
think
sense.
John Wick would?
I don't think so.
He's not gonna
I don't
get
think
it.
so.
I'm looking through like the stuff that launched this year.
He's not gonna get it. He's not gonna get it. As much as he's loved for the movie, no.
Yeah.
Why do you think so? He's not the good. You think the movie was bad? Is it?
No, I just don't think he'll be nominated for.
I don't think he's gonna be
An
nominated.
Oscar,
He's not great in the movie for his acting. His acting is very,
I'm sorry.
I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really see anything that would compete.
Gran Turismo, the movie, maybe that will be like a. Have you seen the trailer for that movie?
Yeah. I'm actually really looking forward to it.
That's
Because-
directed by Neil Blomkamp. It might get a.
Yeah, and this guy is the who's it?
David
I forgot.
Harbour.
Yeah, David Harbour is I don't know his character is, but the thing is, I know the story, so that's why that movie is kind of interesting for me.
Yeah. Another one is The Creator, which is like it's a sci-fi film, I believe, set in a future war against artificial intelligence and humans. Interesting. What else would come? Oh, Killers of the Flower Moon, Leonardo DiCaprio for a Martin Scorsese movie, maybe. And that comes out. That would be the competition.
Joaquin Phoenix in Napoleon.
Oh, that's true. That would be a big one.
That might be one. Well, I mean, these are just nominees. Whether they'll win is a whole other,
Oh, Timothée Chalamet for Willy Wonka.
I don't think he's gonna get. Surprisingly, I'm actually more on board with that film. I can't remember where I watched the trailer. Did they show it in the cinema? I can't remember, but I was watching it and I was like, okay, I don't mind watching it. At first I wasn't. Now I'm like, okay, I don't mind checking it out.
It's directed by the guy who made Paddington and Paddington 2. So I'm more confident with it because of that.
Yeah, it's just that you need to forget everything about Charlie and the Chocolate Factory going into it, and then just
Yes.
watch it.
This new twist, is it?
Well, I don't know. It's nothing that's been written before. Put it that way. So they just came up with their own version of how Willy Wonka.
Yeah, it's a prequel to the not the Johnny Depp version of Willy Wonka. It's a prequel to the older version.
The old, yeah.
And when they're gonna do a Mr. Beast one.
A Mr. Beast movie.
Yeah.
I think Mr. Beast will do a Mr. Beast movie. Honestly, he could fund himself if he wanted to
Mr.
make
Beast
a
and the Feastables Factory.
movie. Mr. Beast and the Feastables.
The Feastable Factory.
The Feastable Factory.
Amazing. Yeah, so Cillian Murphy's competition is Joaquin Phoenix and Leonardo DiCaprio, I think, so far.
And Chris
And Chris Pratt. But I think because Leonardo and Joaquin have already have Oscars, I think they're probably the Academy's gonna hand it to Killian because he's never won one.
Maybe. Let's see.
Well, I guess it depends on Joaquin Phoenix's
Performance.
Napoleon.
Yeah. Who knows?
No, the only reason is that movie hasn't come out yet, so no one really knows.
I won't be surprised if Joaquin's just like fuck the studios, support unions, and that's why he doesn't win the Oscar.
Oh, plot twist. Margot Robbie comes out as man.
Margot Robbie. Oh, okay. I guess that's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. I won't be surprised if she's nominated for Best Lead Actress. I won't be.
Do you think she'd win?
I don't think she'll.
Who's
win.
she up against?
We'll find out in the coming months.
Yeah.
I have a feeling Killers of the Flower Moon, the actress from that is going to get a nomination.
I think Jennifer Lawrence should probably get a nomination for No Hard Feelings.
I wouldn't be against that.
Okay. Clearly, that movie left more of a mark on you than I thought.
I haven't seen the movie.
Okay.
But I support any time a comedic performance gets a nomination for being comedic. I will forever support that. And also, Timothée Chalamet getting nominated for Wonka. If he's very good in the movie, he might, because Johnny Depp was nominated not for Willy Wonka, but for Pirates of the Caribbean when that first came out. He was nominated for Best Lead Actor in a comedic role that time. But yeah, I think we can come to a conclusion on our thoughts on Barbie and Oppenheimer from the Barbenheimer.
The Barbenheimer.
Both good movies.
Both
Good, yeah,
fantastic.
both
Watch the movies.
Both fantastic and both very different. Both like fantastic and very
I
different.
feel like the only disclaimer is, regardless of, I feel like Barbie's like a must-watch, but take it lighthearted. Know that it's lighthearted if you're gonna watch it.
If you're a misogynist, then don't see it. Like,
Yeah, basically. If
you watch Ben Shapiro and Andrew Tate, don't watch the Barbie movie.
True. Very true. That was something I thought about when I saw the Ken moments. I was like, is this like a comment on Andrew Tate somehow? Because it does have those elements explored, like of really simplifying the idea you are in power. It's very.
I feel like it's more of a comment on men in general, because men are bad.
I feel
the patriarchy. Yeah.
I feel like that entire commentary was like not
And I like how.
sorry.
I like how the world of Barbies is the inverse of the world of the real world. It's a matriarchy there.
Yeah,
And how
that
the president's like, I won't give you a Supreme Court justice, but I will give you a few lower district court judges.
We'll take it.
The Kens are so giddy. Yeah.
My view on that was the fact that like they showed two different worlds, using the Barbie world as an example. One where the original is ruled by women, and then once Ken brings back the patriarchy, ruled by men, and it more or less goes back to what it was with like slight adjustment towards the end of the movie. But I feel like Barbie's decision to choose the real world says something. It says something that even though people might think that the real world is the cause of what happened back in Barbiland with the whole patriarchy uprising, what life is in the real world is like still special in a way.
Yeah. It's being human.
Yeah, being
It's
human.
like becoming human it's very complex, very very dark, very.
It has its ups
much
and
more
downs, but
difficult.
it makes more sense than living in the Barbie world.
Yeah. We can't live our entire life in a pink pastel.
Idealistic world.
I don't know,
Yes.
man. I saw John Cena as a mermaid.
Oh, John Cena's the merman. Yeah,
How do you see John Cena is supposed to be invisible, Shad?
Oh shit!
that's true.
I have superpowers.
Hey, Barbie. Yeah.
There's a very interesting John Cena thing which I don't know if you saw. I'm not going to talk about it here. We'll talk about it later. But it's a very interesting weird thing.
We can't see it now.
Let's talk about it later. Like after this. No, because I feel like it's going to put us on a tangent anyway. Yeah.
Well, we're done. We're done with Barbenheimer. It's up.
Yeah.
The batter's up for you.
Oh wait, what do we do?
We're done with Barbenheimer. We're done. We were just.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Are we not
Okay.
getting into a recommendation?
Oh yeah, let's do that.
All right, we'll go to recommendations then. Recommendation time. It's the recommendation section.
I would go last if it's okay with y'all.
You want to go last? Sure. Exciting.
I'm trying to think
shall
of
I go-
something to recommend.
Shall I go first this time?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So the first time I recommended the movie. Second time I recommended an album. This time I'm gonna recommend a video game, a video gum.
Video gum.
We all know the term walking simulator, I presume.
Yes.
A game where you're
yeah.
mostly just walking. It's not really gameplay based. Well, I'm here to recommend the best walking simulator ever made, and that's the Outer Wilds.
Oh, okay.
It's the best walking simulator ever made because it's not really a walking simulator. It's a space exploration video game where most of the time you are walking around and looking at things. The entire game, you can never play it again. I can never play that game again because the entire game is you figuring out the mystery of the universe, of the planets around you. And you get to go to them, and it allows you to experiment because you don't. The failure is not an end game. Failure is more just a chance to try again, to try finding out the mysteries of the galaxy and what the answers lie at the end of it. It's a game that you can never play again, and so it's very hard for me to recommend without spoiling it, because if I tell you the answers to some of the mysteries, you're never going to be able to play the game. It's so interesting. I've always been a fan of explorational storytelling, like this type of storytelling where you explore the world to figure out the mysteries. Like I remember when I played BioShock for the first time, there was a moment where you walk into a room and there's just a bunch of bodies lying on the couches, and you find like a note saying that they did not want to be subjected to something, and so they all killed themselves. And finding that in the world just through exploration was so interesting because it's a storytelling method that you cannot get in a movie, in a book. It's something that's very unique to video games. And Outer Wilds takes advantage of that, and it creates a fascinating work of art for video games, for the video gaming medium and what its capabilities are. It's a fairly perfect game as well. There's not a bad note wrong about it. It doesn't mean that someone can't enjoy it or someone might not enjoy the experience of playing the game, because it does not have a lot of gameplay except for the ship flying. The ship flying mechanics are very difficult initially, and there are points where you need to use them pretty well, and as well as when you're understanding how the world or the planet that you're landing on works. But the game itself is so compelling if you get engrossed to the mysteries and finding out the mystery, and perhaps finding the answers and the endings to some of the questions that you have. It is one of the best games I've ever played. And I don't want to spoil too much more. The other thing I'll say is, if you like the game,
Spoiler alert.
spoiler alert. I'm not spoiling the game. Thankfully, hopefully.
Went in the wrong direction.
I can't see, man.
Another thing is that I really love that the game is open to you. The game does not put up a wall for you. Like, everything is there for you to see, so you can go anywhere and try anything, and figure out what you want to find out. There's no guidelines telling you where to go, or like railroads telling you this is the way you should go. You figure out the universe in the way you want to figure it out. Also, if you like space, a cool space game. It's No Man's Sky, but it is very cool. It is very cool.
It is very much some man's guy.
It's Some Man's Sky. It is very, very cool with the sunglasses. It's a very good game. I highly recommend it. Outer Wilds. That's me. Moving on to, shall we go Dilantha?
Nah, we don't need it. We'll go to Seshan. I think Seshan should go next. Yeah.
I thought you had something ready.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, Seshan, what's your recommendation?
Okay, so my recommendation is, it's an anime that released this. I think it was this month. Yeah, it released this month. I know Anuk has watched it, so I sing the praises of this because I heard about it before it was made, and the fact that it's not only getting an anime but a live action on Netflix proves the potential of this. I've yet to see where it has to go, but I feel like the concept of it is worth giving a try, and that is Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead. I don't know if I want to give context, but maybe I can. Like, I don't feel like it ruins.
Give very short synopsis.
Yeah, I don't feel like it ruins the I don't feel like it ruins this thing of the entire show. It's basically follows the story of a guy who's stuck in a exploitative company and he's like been stuck there for 3 years, and he's kind of become like his entire life is like basically the rat race, as people say, and he hates his job. It's like completely tiring. He's always working overtime, staying late nights and stuff like that, until one day he wakes up and then there's a zombie apocalypse, and the initial thought he has in his head is that he's getting late for work because of this apocalypse, until he realizes that he doesn't need to go to work anymore and that he's finally free. And the opportunity that the zombie apocalypse has given him is to complete stuff that he has on his bucket list.
That actually sounds quite interesting.
That is the most interesting synopsis that I have. I think I'm going to cut off.
Interesting concept.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept, yeah. Which, it got me interested in the thought of, like, I would have read it if it didn't come out, but I knew it was coming out, so I waited to watch it. And the opening episode, in the way it delivered his realization and his freedom, is absolutely beautiful. Because it goes from a monochromatic shot, which depicts how black and white and depressed his life is, to the moment he realized that he doesn't have to go back to work anymore. It just bursts into color. And I feel like the animation The animation is very well done. And what surprised me the most is this is done by a studio and whose first project is this anime. And they've done such an amazing job on it. So,
Is it over?
no, sadly
No, not yet.
And I don't
Just
think it
started.
will be. I'm just saying, like, for people who are used to watching shows that are ongoing and who generally watch anime, it's a good start. It's fairly hyped, so I would be surprised if you're not watching it. But
would it be too much to say that it'll have 100 episodes?
I don't know. I don't know what the ending is, and I'm just there to see where it goes.
All right.
So far, I think it's like 3 episodes in, and it's still as interesting as the first episode.
I just went to Netflix to see it, and there's only 3 episodes out. And there's already a live action being made,
Yes.
so with 3
Yeah.
episodes out. And it's coming this Thursday, the live action.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They've already made it in production before the anime came out.
Yeah.
So the anime was being made.
This is an anime first or a manga?
It's a manga.
Manga made into anime.
It's made into an anime and also a live action.
Among Us.
Among Us.
Alright, Dilantha, your recommendation.
I think Anuk had something.
No,
so
Anuk
let's
wanted to go last.
but Anuk has something in mind, no? So I think better.
It's
He has
best if I go
something
last.
in his house. Anuk is gonna go last, sadly, Dilantha.
Sadly. Okay, then I'll go one after last. I think that's my position.
You'll understand why I say go last, because once I say it, you'll make sense.
Once you say it, you will want to end the podcast. Okay, fair enough. Okay. Recommendation. Let's think about that term for a minute. Recommendation. What does that mean to you?
There's a way to disconnect you now. I would have done it.
I mean, you can.
That's true, you could disconnect it. But
No, just let my Discord do it for you. I mean, it's been happening all freaking episode. Anyway, let's think of the term recommendation. What does that mean?
you can recommend us your favorite toenail, your favorite food, your favorite movie, whatever you want.
Exactly. Your recommendations are pretty fun, right? It's the idea of like you telling other people something cool that you find.
Your favorite religion.
Pretty cool.
Mhm.
So that won't-
Let's not go into that one. We'll be doing another 3-hour episode. Anyway, my recommendation. Let's think back. Okay. All right. I do have something.
You have something.
Okay, no. I actually do have something. Okay. So I watched this recently. I actually finished watching it after I think it came out maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I can't remember. It's a movie called Intergalactic. I think that's what it's called.
Okay.
It's called Intergalactic. It's a visual movie that's, I think it's supposed to be like a visual album for Kid Cudi's album, which is also called Intergalactic, I think. And it's this whole story about this guy who has moved to a new city, and is getting over like a recent breakup, and then meets his neighbor who he ends up falling in love with. And it's about how they overcome the problems in their relationship and with each other, and then finding true love together. It's pretty cool. The animation and stuff is quite nice. It's has its own unique art style and stuff, which is cool. The music, surprisingly, I'm not a huge fan of Kid Cudi stuff, but the songs in this one were pretty good. I think the way they managed to mesh the music with the visuals is pretty nice. There's one song which I keep on singing, although the name of it escapes me, but it just sometimes break. I think it's called Ignite the Love, because I watched that in the trailer. I heard that song first, And then I found out that it was part of this album, and I thought, okay, I'll watch the movie. And it was a pretty good movie. I think it's a Netflix original. So yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be my recommendation. Intergalactic. It's pretty good. Would recommend.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. I'm glad you came up with that beforehand.
Yeah. No problem.
Finally, we have Anuk.
Anuk, sorry, before you go into your recommendation, Dilantha, did
Yeah.
you see the new VCT skin?
Yeah, I did.
Have you already bought it?
It's not out yet. It's coming out August 4th.
Are you going to buy it?
Yeah. Seshan, VCT skins, you either buy them or you don't. They don't come back.
He's not wrong. You either buy them or you don't.
Yeah, you either buy them or you don't. Like, you either buy them or miss out. They're not coming back in the store after that. So anyway, let Anuk say his piece.
Alright, Anuk.
All right,
You
my
recommend
no, my recommendation is drum roll, please. Getting friends to come over to Malaysia.
Oh, yes, I'm out. I'm not coming back. I'm gone.
What are you doing, Akshan?
All that time.
Well, you see, it ties into our next episode, is it not?
That is worse than mine.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
We're not gonna do an episode just on the trip. If anything, we'll give a quick summary of what happened. So, one of the reasons that we didn't have the podcast the last one of the reasons we didn't have the podcast for a while seriously is because me and Dilantha down here decided to surprise Mr. Anuk in his home country of Malaysia. So he had no clue I was going, but he knew Dilantha was going, and we surprised him at his place. And we were there for about a week, 5 days. We were there during the weekdays.
It was a great surprise.
It was a great surprise. I saw Anuk after like 5 years. And yeah, it was a fun trip. It was the first trip with a friend with Dilantha, and it happened to be outside the country.
Yeah, that's something I just remember. That's something we realized then and there.
The very first trip with Dilantha, and we decided to do it outside the country. Nice.
See, recommendation, perfect.
Oh my god, man! I thought you actually had something.
We wanted to bring Akshan, but
if Akshan came, we would have actually done we could have done a podcast episode there somehow. We would have figured it out.
Yes, on my very good PC.
Yeah, it would just be all four of us. We'll all talk in one mic.
All using the same logo.
Yeah, no, it doesn't even. It just needs to be like one picture, just like the Meaty message, and then it's just us. We could have made it work. We could have made it work somehow. Also, what happened to Akshan?
I don't know.
Akshan is putting some new images. He's trying to look for images, David.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what he's doing.
He's doing some digging. See, when he goes silent, he's doing some digging.
I was gonna ask whether we should end this soon.
I thought we were ending it as well.
There he is.
There we go.
All right, let's come to an ending now.
Oh.
He's not even moving.
Static.
My thing, I lost where it is somewhere in the thing. I lost the whole thing. So now I have this just there.
Congrats.
Congrats. All right. So we talked about Barbenheimer. We had some recommendations. Oh god, it was chill. We didn't do any quiz sizzlers, but hey, next time.
Yeah, man, I got like an entire thing ready on the graphics side for that.
Next
Guess
time
you'll just
we'll-
have to wait to see it next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a movie themed one for this one because we had Barbenheimer, but tough shit. I think we'll come to an end for today's meaty message. Any last words, folks?
Watch Barbie and Oppenheimer in cinemas. And then after that, don't support Hollywood until they.
Well, to be fair, if you go see Barbie and Oppenheimer, sure, the Hollywood people are going to make them get the money, but also those writers and actors are going to get their money.
Exactly.
So
Don't pirate.
Use
Only-
ChatGPT.
Don't pirate, use ChatGPT. That's our closing message.
All right.
Right.
Have a good.
The
Have a
outro.
good. Have a good night, everybody.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.
Hold up. No, wait. We're not. There's a bit of a build up.
Oh yeah, we'll just keep saying bye. Keep saying
All right, now you can say
Bye.
bye.
Bye.